Hello, ladies and gentlemen, R.C.W. 10! There we go, there's the gibberish that we all know. Anyway, this week, as you've seen from the title, will be the top 10 recent NXT Superstars. Now, I apologize if you were left off this list. We tried to remember as many as possible, but in the same essence, some people, have left or become inactive or just were too long ago. So, some people that should be on but aren't on won't be on this list. If you want to ask in the comments about somebody, I'll name some off the bat that would be high on this list if it wasn't recent. It'd be like Flaccochu, Maxx, Naruto and Sam, stuff like that. People that have actually done, some decent stuff, made some big names and whatnot would be on this list, but they were a lot longer ago than these people. Anyway, so basically how this works is this is going to be about the name they've made for themselves, so how knowledgeable or how notable they are, how many accomplishments they've done, and stuff like that, those two elements, and then if it's needed, their actual fighting talent. Now that's sort of opinionated, but sometimes you just know one is better than the other. So, anyway, let's get to number 10. Starting off this list, we start with the Cruiserweight Championship with Kendall 1056, who will be at number 10 on this list right now. It is in between his second and his third Cruiserweight Championship reign, where he would lose his second reign, which would be the last time he would hold it in this case scenario, on October 20th. And then, an astounding 88 days later, he would re-win the championship from Eddie Armour on January 20th, meaning it would be almost 3 months that he would be without the Cruiserweight Championship and win it back. So that's Kendall 1056 with the Cruiserweight at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is TJ. If there's one guy who has never won the NXT Championship that deserves it the most because of how long he's been trying, how many times he's been shut down, and how many other roads to glory there has been, names like, Derek, Kyrie, Pretty, Ness. He's been trying for so long, and he has the talent, and he's been an anti-corp, so many different things. It's TJ. TJ is quite notable for his amount of skill. Sometimes he may not show it, but he does have quite a whack of skill. Even putting up fights against people like Eddie Armour, Dean Ambrose, Brooke, and Kids, if those fights have ever happened, I'm sure he would. Maybe not winning the fight, but definitely showing that he has the potential to become a top superstar, and he should definitely keep trying. And again, if he really is LXRD Swish, because I can't remember which LXRD is which, then sorry. So that's TJ coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Flame 321 with the World Heavyweight Championship. Between his first and second reign, his first and second being the only reigns he had. He would win the championship at Bragging Rights 2013, lose the title due to vacancy of the title at TLC 2013, would be gone from a hiatus of TLC to a little past post-WrestleMania, and would make an extremely dominant return, also back when when N1Cs just used to be full servers and whatnot of people that didn't have them. So he would then win the World Heavyweight Championship 142 days after last holding the championship. So that's Flame 321 with the World Heavyweight Championship. Coming in at number 7 is Damon. Damon has been in a few N1Cs, and while unsuccessful due to some altercations, lag, scenarios, all kinds of different circumstances, he is no doubt one of the most talented individuals there are. He may not be the most accomplished individual there is. I don't think he'd fit that criteria by a landslide, but in the future he most definitely will be accomplishing a lot, and I'm very, very confident in that. But a lot of this comes from his fighting skill and notability, as he has been a dominant tag team partner with his friend coming into the company, Noobman, working together in full servers to even outlast entire servers with their ability to work together and pick off people, along with being an incredibly talented competition, even getting some serious upsets against Kids and Eddie, just a few examples off my head. He is definitely talented, definitely notable, but not accomplished. So that's Damon coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is the Viper. Now, he was recently the NXT Championship for 1 week after he was crowned champion when he won the N1C and Derek could not attend. Now, the Viper did not retain against Noobman, but put up one hell of a fight. And ever since then, Viper has been doing some major matches on the corporate side of the whole thing, in full servers, in tag matches, making it to the final few, And all in all, he's a talented competitor who is fairly notable and is moderately accomplished, so that gets him up to number 6, and I expect to see a lot more from the Viper in the future, but that is the Viper coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Queen. Now, Queen is like the only diva on this list. Not like the only diva. She is the only diva on this list. Now, in such a short time frame, she has accomplished the Divas Championship, recently reinstated, 1 time. She has won the Cruiserweight Championship and retained it against Kendall 1056. And to top it all off, I do believe at one point she's been hardcore at least close, and has done a hell of a lot winning, including getting some upsets against people and sparking a lot of controversy by helping the DX side. So that is Queen, LL, Queen of Hearts, LL, coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Noob Man. Now, the reason that he comes so much higher than Damon in this scenario as his tag team partner and pretty much equal in skill is accomplishments. Noob Man has recently beat the Viper 2003 for the NXT Championship. He's won N1Cs for the Cruiserweight Championship. Maybe 1-2 times. He's been hardcore on quite a few occasions. 3 already in the early going, which is quite a bit for only a few weeks in this company. And to top it all off, everything I said about Damon, being a controversial superstar to help DX, being a tag team dominant in full servers when it comes to 2v all pretty much. Well, it's less of now, but proving that he deserves the number 4 spot is Noob Man. Coming in at number 3, now please listen to this disclaimer. Number 1, 2, and 3 are interchangeable in any fashion possible, but we felt this suited it the best. So number 3 could be number 1, number 2 could be number 1 could be number 3, number 2. You get it. Any combination that's possible could be true. It's just the order that we picked and felt most fit, but any one of them is arguable. Anyway, coming in at number 3 is Kyrie Irving, being one of the main men to help Anti-Corp in their at least tied rivalry against Corp in some scenarios, and being some of the pulling weight for Anti-Corp in certain matches. He's also a 2-time NXT champion, the second longest reigning defending person of that title, and was scheduled to fight in an actually fairly large match for the European Championship and NXT Championship, in which never actually happened. But his fighting talent has proved to be able to beat some of the best, proving that rookie is not a definition of skill, it is a definition only of your newness to the company, and skill is absolutely indefinite with those people. So yeah, getting a lot of fan support with his RVD chants. It is Kyrie Irving at number 3. Coming in at number 2, he has won the Intercontinental number 1 contendership on two occasions, and has fought hard matches against Creative for Life and Kendall, and I think he knows who he is now. It is Django 98760, being a European champion for the second longest reign in history. Third longest, my apologies, only just remembering 1. He's won 2 Intercontinental N1Cs. He's been a big help towards the Corp side and the Corp versus Anti-Corp and the Corp versus DX. He's done a lot of things, and he's definitely one of the most talented to come out of the division, even pairing up with some of the all-time greats and actually beating some on certain occasions. The only thing that really holds this guy down in this scenario is accomplishments. But there is nothing saying that he can't be number 1 or number 3 can't be number 1. So let's get to the actual number 1. Coming in at number 1 is Derek Martel Rose. This guy was the face of the NXT roster for at least a good chunk of time. At the beginning of his career, he had a gimmick. He was with people. He kind of teamed with TJ. Kind of teamed with Damon and Noob Man on and off. So many different things. Until he finally got on his huge Sami Zayn-esque road to glory, where he had to capture the NXT Championship, but had recently failed just prior to Royal Rumble, trying to capture the NXT Championship off of Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving would then eventually lose the championship and regain it on in early January. Derek would again try for the NXT Championship in one of the closest matches for the NXT Championship ever, and one of the longest matches. He did claim the NXT Championship for a significantly long reign, defending against even some of the hardest people, including Queen, including so many people. Any and all challengers were welcome. Derek Martel Rose has also accomplished something that not many NXT rookies have ever done, and still technically has that number one contendership. It's kind of controversial, but it probably won't happen at WrestleMania. The World Heavyweight number one contendership. So that's Derek Martel Rose coming in at a more than likely number one. Thank you, R.C.W, for checking out this episode of R.C.W Top 10. We hope you enjoyed seeing these rookies. Remember, as I said, number 1, 2, and 3 are interchangeable in any order that you see fit. We just picked the order based on what we thought. We may think differently tomorrow and the next day, so it's really just, I think this right now, and I think it's a fairly solid list. Anyway, give us more suggestions for the top 10s, because I don't want to go back to redoing lists, because that could be a little bland. So, thank you for checking out this R.C.W Top 10. Make sure to check out daily content on the R.C.W Network, Sunday through Saturday. Every single Sunday is a WWE R.C.W Top 10. Hashtag kids botched it. Anyway, and this WrestleMania, there will be 2 top 10s, and we are set for the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania, March 29th. The Hall of Fame ceremony will also be on the R.C.W Network on March 28th, and inductees will soon be announced. So, I am Kids Rock 4, moving over to the side a little bit. Kids Rock 4 approving this message.